Hey YouTube, this is Dr. Wanda. I wanted to sit down and talk with you because I have some good news and I have some points of clarity, but mainly I'm really excited because I'm kind of in that moving on up. That Jefferson's theme song is playing heavily with me, so I'm moving on up. So that's where I'm at. Okay. Um, yeah, it's a lot that's happening with Wonderland's Naturals since it's almost a little bit of a rebirth from this whole fiasco with my husband and his, sort of deceptive building of his foundation, which we have, um, that is where the rubber met the road. And I've given out my warning and asked my faithful network to stay with me and not follow that trail. But in the process of doing that, in a odd way, it's kind of been a blessing. It's given me a bit of a rebirth. So I'm breathing really, really well. The video is still being shared, and so I'm still getting people who are contacting me and saying, Doc, are you okay? The good doctor is doing quite well, in fact. I just celebrated Gia's 12th birthday, and I look forward to sitting down with her. It's been a minute since Gia Boo sat down, and we had our mama and daughter chat with you all. And yeah, she turned 12 in Ghana, and I made sure she had a phenomenal birthday. Thanks to not only her siblings, but some really lovely friends and some financial gifts. And I was able to just let my baby girl go to the mall, to Accra Mall, and pick out exactly what she wanted. None of this sort of, shopping at the market where you're getting a lot of this cheap product that the Chinese flood the market with. But actually, she walked into a Skechers store and was able to get her a nice, strong book bag and a nice pair of Skechers shoes. And of course, we did the Kentucky Fried Chicken, a little taste of home, and she was able to get her some cute little feminine things, everything from perfume to nail polish. So yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful moment, and it was a reminder that yeah, we still are having life here in Ghana, and that these challenges are just that, they're temporary challenges. So we've moved beyond that. Um, as far as it goes with me and my husband, Isaac, I am his wife. He is my husband. I have actually forgiven him. And part of my forgiving him is understanding that Jehovah, the Lord that rules all of this, has a penalty that will be in place for anyone that bothers his anointed. So I believe that with everything in my body, that there is a penalty that's greater than anything I can issue. But in terms of he and I, we are husband and wife. We're not living together, but he didn't go far. He's right next door. He's my neighbor. He checks on me. He's helpful to me. He sees about me. And he is still the producer at this point for Wonderland's juice. At one point, he had considered him removing himself and was giving me the last of the juice that he put together for an event I had, and he was supposed to hand me the labels. And as he was doing that, he said, "Well, this is the last of that line. I won't be producing it anymore." I said, "Fine." I've talked to the juice lady that has the truck up on the road, and she's agreed to carry on the juice. He did not like hearing that one bit. Began to ask me questions about what am I paying her, what's the deal. I said, well, I'm not going to discuss a contract that I have with her, but whatever it is, I'm comfortable with it. Um, and after some back and forth, he really made it clear, like, no, he's not ready to see that line of juice still be out there without his hand being in the mix. So that one factor, that one product, which was our beginning product. This was when we was young and in love. This is when we first started dreaming together, when I shipped him that sugarcane press and helped him get his initial start with individually with his own juice line. This was that. This was the pillow talk. This was everything that we talked about. This was why I originally came back to help him get that business launched. He has reinvested his mind in that, and I appreciate that. I've always said that my husband makes an amazing juice. And so, I'm happy that he was in his wisdom, that some wisdom came and said, look, don't give up everything chasing after rainbows. So let's see where that goes. But at this point, as far as Wonderland's juice go, we're still in some sort of partnership. But I have no affiliation, association whatsoever with Watch Foundation. That is something that he's doing with somebody else. And so, let God manage that. In terms of Wonderland's Naturals, lots of exciting things that happened. I released something called fallopian tube tea. Now I take this tea not because my tubes are blocked, but this is traditionally by the Africans. This is what they use to. It's a very common, tea that's used for, or really herb that's used for gynecological issues. But it's most known for unblocking the tubes, the fallopian tubes. It does improve the cervical mucus so that you have basically a fresh mucus that's able to hold the egg. It is used to prevent UTIs, and it prevents vaginal dryness. Those are four major things that it's used for. So I released the tea, and it's gotten really, really good feedback. Lots of people are buzzing around the tea because we know lots of women, we assume everybody's fertile and they can just get pregnant and have a baby, but there are lots of women that have problems and they don't necessarily want to lean on surgical procedures to deal with them. So look out for Wonderland's Naturals. I released it as one of our new products and it is blazing. Another product that I'm really excited about is our Susu Anna blend. We have a member that is a part of my team, Susie, and I gave my team a challenge. I said, you guys are the authentic African. You're the continental African. You need to go back to dreams when you were young, things that your parents gave you or that you saw your community use to solve basic health issues or wellness issues, and share them with me. So Susie suggested turkey berry. So turkey berries are blended into a lot of the stews and soups here. They just, they almost look like little cranberries that's green, okay? And they're turkey berries. So, you can use them for anemia, okay? Lots of people that have issues with their blood, they use it for anemia. Well, it does have a back kick because, anything green just has that kind of. And so I wanted it to be a multi-medicinal tea. So I had my husband dry me some ginger and dry me some fresh pineapple. So this tea is a blend of ginger, pineapple, and turkey berry. So what the turkey berry does is it deals with the anemia. The pineapple, which has bromelain in it, deals with joint inflammation. And then ginger is the herb that deals with circulation and the respiratory system. So when you open the bag, first of all, this baby smells like candy. It is, when I tell you, it is aromatherapy by itself. If you didn't do nothing but smell the freshness of the bag, you would start feeling better. But this is something that I'm very excited about. I just put it on the store today. And so what I'm organizing with the team is a tea party. So I don't want to put these products out where the team hasn't actually tasted them, experienced them. So I'm having a tea party over at Miss Q's. We're going to have it hopefully Sunday. Whoever shows up, treats on me. Then we're gonna all sit and sample this Susu Anna blend and have a talk about what makes it good and the whole thing that you do when you have kind of a tea party, a tasting party, okay? So I'm really, really excited about that. So you guys have to look out for that and think about your family and friends who have issues with anemia, joint issues, or who just want a good tea that opens up their respiratory system, okay? Ginger definitely does it, and Ghanaians eat a lot of things that have ginger in it. The last thing is I have this wonderful, wonderful neighbor. She actually is my sweetie that sews my my Vagisteam gowns, and she does like my basic dresses. She's not what I would consider a high fashion seamstress. She really is a master of the simple A-line cut, or like she won't even do culottes or anything like that, split pants rather. But she also surprised me and she gave me some pineapple jam. Now, she gave it to me in a big thing. I put it in these are 3-ounce little containers. And so I did a post, just like a shout out saying thank you to my neighbor and bragging about my homemade pineapple jam. And I got so many people that said, I want some. And I said, what? And she's just a struggling mom. You know, she's over here, she's sewing. She does ice cream. She sells chocolate sometimes. So I told her, and so I decided I'm actually adding this jam to Wonderlands as Agnes homemade pineapple jam. I want to sell it in these small containers so that you know it packs a punch. You know, you don't need a lot of jam. You're dealing with sweet, you're dealing with sugar. So, but it is natural. It is, you know, it's all authentically made, and I am excited to add that to the Wonderlands lineup. So I get into this fight with my husband about my brand and about being, you know, a foundation being done behind my back, and this whole issue of this UK woman and all this energy. And when I tell you, blessings upon blessings upon blessings have fallen on me, because what happened was removing him from my space has opened up my creative energy again. I'm no good fighting. I'm no good angry. I'm no good arguing. My work requires that in the home, at least, I have peace. So, yeah, that's still the person I'm intimate with. That's still someone that he knows he has to help me. I know that I help him because we are still a marital unit. But in terms of business, just splitting with him and building this team and getting back to not having to ask this person's opinion and not having to take in their energy and thought has blessed me in so many ways. My creative juices are on 12, okay? They're on steroids, and I'm enjoying it. I brought so many more people around me that are bringing in other things and gifts and sharing with Wonderlands Naturals. And the truth is I'm still doing the charitable efforts I normally would do. And I actually have a few things that I have to complete, like my well in Tanzania. You know, so much fell off in this time that I was battling. Now, I don't regret battling, because the reality is no one should take your resume, your CV, your portfolio, and leverage themselves off your work. You have to go out here and you have to walk that tough road like everybody else. You have to get down there and start from scratch if that's what you want to do. So I'll never regret having to battle about that. There's some things that I've done, and there's some things I haven't done. I've for years been saying I want to be a backup dancer for Janet Jackson. If for some reason I get to be the backup dancer, you know damn well I haven't sold a ticket. They showed up for Janet. They never showed up for me. And so fighting over that was important to me. It was an issue of honor and respect and dignity. Some things you just don't do. So we have a new understanding about that. But I got blessed on the back end because my creative juices are flowing. My space is free and peaceful. We're in a different type of conversation about what it means to be decent and show respect, show regard. And yeah, he's out. He's dealing with his own learning curve. And I think that's a good space for him to be in too. It's hard to stand next to a woman who has a lot of light. Sometimes some men can't handle it, or at first they was handling it and then it starts to be not fun. Okay, that's fine. But the work that the Lord has ordained me to do still has to go forward, and it has to go forward with me in the right mind and right spirit. And so people who are writing me, please know, Dr. Wanda is okay. Okay, I'm okay. Very loved, very well taken care of. I'm gonna tell people this. When you come to this country and you wanna live in this country, make every effort to have friendships out of network, and make sure that you have friendships in various tribes and in different regions, so that if something happens, you have other people to talk to that can guide you. The tribes do have personalities, and the people that are in those tribes, whether it's positive or negative, reflect it, okay? They reflect those personalities. And I had a litany of people, men and women, you know, contact me and love on me. So I'm not strong on my own. Like, you know, they came from the hills to see about me. And I am so grateful that the work pushed me to be in different spaces and make different relationships, and that's made the difference, okay? I could have left this situation very, very injured, but I actually have left it very much empowered. So lots of good things happening with Wanda Lance Naturals and with Dr. Wanda. Beautiful things happening with my 12-year-old daughter who's living in a peaceful nation and blossoming and growing, and she's in school. She has her challenges, but no, for the most part, she's doing okay. She's doing really, really well. And I look forward to checking back with you and telling you some more good stuff about what's going on with the good doctor, because Ghana gave her a business and she has a great team with her. And yeah, and I'm moving on up. So, you know, the theme song from the Jeffersons is definitely playing in the background as my soundtrack, and I'm going to sign off on that.